Hey everyone, this is MMM Guide School, batch 12, date 2017 10818, Section 2. So we're waiting for the members to come in. And so far, so good. We have Julius Kari, Abdullah, Abdullah Sunday, Abdullah, Jericho Fulayo, Azubike Tineben, then Wahid Badmov, Joshua Chukuri of this cycle. So you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir, mentor. This is Julius here.
Yes, I know. Let's wait for other members to come in before we proceed.
All right, sir.
If I may ask, who is the presenter and the leader of this group, of this circle?
Yeah, I'm the leader of this circle.
So we are the right.
Yeah, they are coming. Right? Yeah, they are coming in. I guess they are trying to log on.
Okay. Don't we have one of the presenters here? We don't have much time to waste. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello, sir. I will be representing one of the presenters.
Okay, can you please
because of the network issue.
Can you please start? Tell your name.
Okay, sir. Okay, my name is Julius Karadi Abiola. To present on behalf of Circle 2, so that we won't waste time. So one is game task, which is on development of MMM Global in Ghana, in a set of tasks to develop the MMM brand in Ghana. Now, the first task is that we have received all the information needed in order to become managers and leaders in the MMM Global community. Now, we have an important task to enter a new country and develop MMM Global there, and this country is Ghana. Some resources, the internet, a team of 7 of us, and then the knowledge we receive in this Zeda school, coupled with $50,000. Then we are asked to develop an action plan for a week. And in this course, we must also specify the number of registrations and deposits that we will achieve over this period. So we are also asked to note that this $50,000 will be given only once, and we can always use the free resources. Now we know that Ghana is a West African country, and the capital is Accra. And one of the advantages of this country is the fact that The language is English, or other ethnic group. Now, our action plan for the first week is we build a Ghana brand, MMM brand website that will be linked to the global brand. Then we start our online activity where we create awareness through social media about MMM Ghana. We are going to introduce the ideology of MMM on several pages on Facebook, on Twitter. Then we are going to make several posts about MMM in English. Of course, we are going to solicit the use of an interpreter to help us with some of the local languages in order to have a wider reach. This will be done daily within the first week of our being there. And then all this activity we are going to do individually and as a team by all members of the group. Then the next thing we do is to initiate plans to travel down to Ghana to start the offline activity, which will be geared towards hosting of seminars, publicity campaigns, distribution of handbills, and one-on-one meeting with potential participants. Then we will also attempt to co-opt potential participants who will be groomed to become leaders promoting the platform. And in summary, handbills, souvenirs, and other offline promotional materials will be produced within the first week. Now, here is our specific daily plans. For day one, we are going to initiate traveling logistics, which probably will be on a weekend because we know that we might not have much to achieve during this period. So we prepare for our traveling. Then the same online registration of the domain, MMM Ghana domain, will be registered within the first month. And then also the social media awareness, we are going to ensure we do that within this first day. Then the second day, we make our journey down to Ghana. Then we proceed with our online activity. Then the third day is the day we are going to start majorly our offline plans. We recruit interpreters. Then we get accommodation. Then we launch the Ghana MMM. We create flyers. We organize seminars. Then we create a WhatsApp group. And then we register some participants within this first day. Then within the fourth day, go ahead with our offline activity. Then, of course, by the time we retire at the end of the day, we retire with the online activity, and then we attempt to register more participants. So this will be done between then and the seventh day. Now, our target registration, based on the number of members of this group, will be 630 within the week, and we project that each member will at least mobilize 90 people per week. And our target contribution will be $220,000, 500. That is assuming that each participant contributes $350. Now we have our cost implication and logistics given in the table in this slide. And our expenses will be 12,500 Naira. Now we go to task 2. The task 2 says that a week has passed and we are 4 men. The average contribution of the participant to the structure is around $350. And under the regulation of MMM, our objective, we must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payments, starting with the first contribution. Now, the task is for us to calculate how many new members and contribution we have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the holder participant. Then another objective is to write down our plan of action for the next week, and under the stated conditions, we should point out the resources that we need and how we are going to use them, and also point out the number of new registrations and money to be raised during this period and the extra cost that we have to incur. Now, this is our estimate. Assuming that we have an average donation of $350, so this qualifies them to receive a registration bonus of $20. So within the first week, supposing we have 630 targets as our participants, the total contribution we are going to get from them at the rate of $350 will be $220,500. Then supposing how much are we going to pay them at the rate of the year will be $61,150. Now, since they have the benefits from the $20 time registration bonus, so the total for 630 participants will be 12,600. So by the time we add all of this together, we are going to need 294,250 to pay out. Now, how do we achieve this? Let's just divide it by the 350, which is our average contribution. So that will give us about 841 participants estimation. So within 3 weeks, as a team, we need to increase the pool of participants by 841. So which means that a minimum of 280 participants that will contribute a minimum of 350 must be registered each week. So since we know the target, we need to maintain our initial weekly target, which is 630 participants, in order for us to have an healthy pool. So here is our table. Here is the breakdown of our targets. So in essence, in the next 3 weeks, flux of 661,500. Then out of which we are going to pay out $294,250 to be used to offset the payment of participants from week 1. So once this is done, we expect the participant to have confidence in the system, and they will also help us. They will also come back and recycle some of their funds. Now, the summary of action plan for the next 3 weeks, we are going to engage in more promotional drive. We are going to attempt to gain new grants, and we are going to have more active presence on social media. Then the resources we will need for this, we need internet and offline promotional materials. And of course, alongside this, because we have to move from one place to another. And the cost implication for all this is estimated to be around $3,000. Hello, is anyone with me? Hello?
I'm online. Yeah, I'm online.
Please go ahead.
Okay, now, all right, now task 3. A month has passed and we are 100. We are asked to prepare the same plan for another month on the basis of the result of the previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth. So we have to specify the number of new participants and contributions for the next 5 weeks. Now, from our last month's estimation, we know that 367,250 out of the 661 is left from the first week. Now, a payout of $882,750 is estimated for the participant in the next 3 weeks of the first month. So therefore, we expect that from last month's contribution, we have a deficit of $515,500 from the outstanding. Therefore, the minimum number of targets participants that we expect to pay this is 370. So meaning that we are still within our initial registration target, which is 630 participants. So supposing we assume that half of them introduce one more participant, then that means we can increase our projection further to 945. So the table now in the next slide is showing us our new projection. So from this new projection, we now have our new contribution. So supposing 945 is our target for the week, multiplied by 350, we are going to have 330 as our expected payouts per week, expected contributions per week, with payouts amounting to 447. Of course, in accounting for this, we considered referral bonuses for at least half of those people too. Now, so meaning that week we are going to generate $1,653,750, and then with an expected payout of $2,236,500. Now, the action for the month, we are going to engage in more promotional drive. Then we are going to do this, we need our internet and offline promotional materials. Then we are also going to attempt to gain more ground. That means we have to move even further beyond the present location. So we need public transport and promotional materials. Then more active presence on social media, which requires internet. And then some of our new recruits, new participants, we encourage them to become leaders. So we need internet to do that. So our balance from our fund, the cost implication for this is $3,000. So from the initial $50,000, we now have a balance of $31,500. Now we go to task 4. Task 4 says that after 2 months, we have the number of participants and deposit that you have calculated. Now we can calculate what we need to organize within the next month. However, a week after the start of the month, there is a local holiday in Ghana which is celebrated during the week, respectively. So in this period, the activity of registrations falls by 80%. So our new objective is to make a plan of actions for a month, what resources and how we should use them, and the amount of contribution and participant for the development of the system. Now, going by our previous estimation, our weekly target from referral, supposing we have our new referral coming in is 315. Now, the weekly target of the team for new registration remains 630 participants. Therefore, our total weekly target remains 945 participants from the previous start. Now, from the new task, we said there is an 80%.
Hello, please.
Hello?
Sorry for the interruption. Joshua, right. Can you please mute your mic? Joshua?
Sir.
Can you please mute your mic? The simple thing. You came in and everything was interfering.
Mute your mic, Joshua.
Okay, sir, let me mute my mic.
Sorry about that. Can you please?
All right, sir.
Continue. Please, okay. As you come in, try to mute your mic.
Okay. Can I proceed?
Can you please mute your mic, Ola? I don't know why they're just bothering us with all this. Can you proceed?
All right. So 80% reduction in total weekly target amounts to 189 participants. This means that we now have a deficit of 756 participants during the holiday period. So we need to cater for this new deficit, 756 participants for the next 3 weeks at the rate of an additional 256 participants per week. So therefore, there is need to increase our number of participants for the remaining 3 weeks by 945 per plus 252 or more. Now, in our estimation, expected payout for the last month remains $2,236,500. Therefore, the minimum number of registration that we need to offset this remains 6,390 participants. That is supposing each is contributing $350. Now, our weekly target for this will now be 1,598. Now, from our previous estimate and target, we need to account for 80 of an additional 252 participants. So therefore, our new weekly target will now increase to 1,850 participants. So here is our further estimation. Payout, a deficit of 515,500 from our previous task 3 was incurred, and a contribution of 2,850,000. Start paying out the deficit, we now have a balance of 1.4 million. Available contribution pool, as we can see from the table above, will now be 3.5 million. So in summary, going to the next slide, in summary, 3.5 is greater than the expected GH from our action plan for this 3rd month will now be engage in more promotional drive online, engage in also in more offline plans too. We need internet for this. Then we need to encourage our members to do more. We need to also encourage our older participants to continue to recycle and re-PH. And then we can also introduce media adverts using offline promotions. Then for this month, additional cost was estimated is $3,000. So giving our fund balance of $28,500. Now we go to task 5. Now from task 5, we are told that our plan did not work out. We do not have enough new registration and new deposit to cover the cost of the current. So our new objective is to analyze the plan of actions in this situation. What are the resources? How many participant contributions needed to get the situation resolved? Due to lack of funds, there are delay in payments, and old participants seeing that neither make their own contribution nor attract new members. So let's analyze the plan of action in this situation. What are the resources we need? Now let's go to the next slide. It says, since the initial plan has failed, the target for this task still remains 1,850. So we need to maintain that for the next 4 weeks, giving us a total of 7,400 participants. So for that month.
So therefore, our projected contributions for that month still remains $2.5 million. So assuming we are able to achieve 30% of this, which is about 2,220 participants of 5,180 participants. So what do we need to do? We need to go back to the drawing board. We are going to initiate damage control to keep the system afloat. We are also going to take proactive steps to address panic in the system, which include the use of social media to create more awareness, train more guiders to assist in tireless promotion, create incentives for new registration period. Then we can also introduce promotional tasks with benefits. Then we also ensure to cover more new terrain. Then we promote the use of Bitcoin with 50% interest rate per month. The resources that we are going to use at this period are the internet, then the offline promotional materials, then the transport logistics, since we have to move from one place to another. Now, in order to achieve this, the cost implication for this is $2,000, given our balance of $26,000. Now, taxes. During this period, in this task, I said there is a delay in payments, which increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost reduced to zero. The old members do not attract anyone and they do not make payment. So in virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented in which all the old Marvels are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation rights itself. New deposits grow as per the old conditions and are not frozen and available. Make your plan of action for another month. So in the case of this, we know that a pause mode is inevitable. So therefore, first thing we do is to create campaign to enlighten participants on what pause mode means and its effect on participants. Then we assure participants that nothing will happen to their Marvel, that it is just a temporary setback. Then we ensure that participant Marvel's growth stop after 30 days in order to ensure easy payouts when the system stabilizes. Then we put modalities in place to correct things that may strain the system, like excessive bonus payouts, like referrals and guiders bonus. Then we will also work hard to build the trust in the community by educating them on past experiences from other countries. Then we also use paid media adverts to write something positive about MMM. Then we continue seminars in old and new areas to reach the benchmark and also reach the benchmark to 2,000 new members from our initial 630 participants. Then we distribute banners and handbills. We encourage our trained guiders to create group chats on WhatsApp where they can easily allay the fear of participant and anxiety. Then we motivate our guiders to work more. Then we share letters of happiness. We introduce incentive measures like PH to get help that we commit members. In order to achieve this, the resources we need include the internet, the social media, the offline promotional material at an additional cost implication of $2,500. So our fund balance will now be $24,000. Now, the last task, task 7, says that our efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. Therefore, a restart took place and all the old Marvels are removed. We have to start work from the beginning. Because of this, there is serious negative impact of the members and unfavorable responses. There are 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and we have to make a fresh start in such condition. So in essence, we need to make a plan of actions under this specified condition. Now, the plan of action, we know that pause mode has failed. So our plan of action include, we carry out a total evaluation of the whole system to identify gray areas to be corrected. Then we rebrand the MMM brand to improve on past failures and challenges. Then we create a new model that will always commit participants to the system. Then we overhaul the system to account for and correct every possible loops that led to the restart, like fake proof of payment, delay in confirmation of payment, and the likes of withdrawals of bonuses by participants and guiders, in which case you must PH in order for you to get help of any bonus with limits introduced. Then we create an incentive within the first month by increasing the interest rate, say from the usual 30% for those that register within a certain month. Then next slide, please. We continue marketing drive that will show the history and experience of other countries that had restart and tell them about the benefit of restart. Every old and new members can gain back their lost and use the entire platform on the social media to reach out to all new and old members. Then we will also attempt to gain the trust of participants by enlightening them on the improvements initiated in the system. Then we emphasize and train the ideology of MMM all over again to new participants and encourage them to participate only with their spare funds. Slow and steady, we will attempt to achieve this reintroduction within the month. Thank you very much for your time. That's the
Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation.
Thanks, sir.
You really hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Moreover, I have some few questions which I'm going to like put across to you guys, but I can say just 4 of you right here. When we are the rest, they're nowhere to be found. From this, let me just clear some of your slides. Sometimes I saw some errors in some slides, which you need to like buckle up in them. You have do you have the SWOT analysis?
Yes.
You have the SWOT analysis.
No, yeah.
That should be included into your slide of MMM in Ghana. You understand? You have to, you have to have the SWOT analysis. Then also, like this slide take 12. You work on this side. Do you understand?
Yes, I just did. Yes.
It's cutting off. You work on that. Then also, you have the places like base 2, slide 15, cutting off. Though you've done well. Then you have the breakdown of the target.
That's
You see where it is. I'm sure you see how it is, right?
Yes.
So you work on that, okay? You can always work on that. Let me just shift this one a bit.
Yes.
You can always put this manner.
Yeah.
It can be like this. I hope you see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can see it.
So you can always put it in this manner so that at least you can see very well from there. Or you put it at the breakdown of target, you do like this and enlarge. Let it go a bit. Do you understand now? You can always be in this way. I think it's better off now. Do you understand? I think it's better off if you work on that.
Okay, sir.
You see, this is a cost implication. Going a bit. I think this cost implication supposed to be in a naira, in the dollars and in the Ghana cedis. Okay.
I was actually working on that before, but yes. I think I will. Ghana cedis.
You need to work. Yeah, you need to work on that.
Okay, sir.
Then again, you have the slide. You can see it's rumbled up. You have to work on this as well. And looking at this table, you can put this side to be on the page, while the other to be on another page.
On another page.
Do you understand? Yeah, this is a slide and not a word point. Do you understand? This is a PowerPoint and not word point. So that you have to do that before but you've really hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
It
thank
really,
you, sir.
I don't know where I can see the rest. Though I have some few questions for you to like answer.
Mhm.
I just have to like be fair enough. Since I've said I'll be fair enough, I still have
Yes,
to be
sir.
fair enough with you guys.
Yes,
So
sir.
like this, you have this table
Okay.
on a fresh page. Why just
Page.
go to the next this thing?
Next page. Okay.
You can say there's something rumbled up. So you do that.
Okay.
I have to delete it from my mail. Then you send another. When I see
Another one.
another,
Okay.
I
Okay, sir.
check through
Okay, sir.
still corrections being made through the task, but you or in a
Yeah. Thank
perfecting
you.
the work. Do you understand?
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I think that's all I have. That's all I can look. You've done well. You feel it.
Thank
All
you,
we
sir.
need, and again, if I need to have, let me just have to tax
Okay.
6 and tax 7. See, during
Okay.
the pulse
Okay.
mode, I think you couldn't hit it very well at that point. During the pulse
Yes,
mode,
sir.
sometimes um that may be panic everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
That may be panic. It's possible you have a panic everywhere. But in that case, that is the way the guidance which was you groom up really to work. I don't think you talk about
Yes.
you about grooming up some guidance, nothing of
Guidance.
such in
Yeah.
nothing of such in your work.
Uh,
No. Did you? No.
uh,
Nothing
yeah.
of such in your work.
We added the use of guidance that we will encourage our guiders to work more.
So in that, most of the time you use the guidance in your work in bringing back people into the cell. Though trust could have been losing up, but you still have to like let the guidance work in the sense that and you
Yes.
as the founder you have to like okay you have a hold marbles being a pulse or being a wiped off. You don't just wipe off because once you wipe off,
Yeah.
you're not encouraging people to come in. You have to
To
store
come
the
in.
marbles. You have to store the marbles
Hmm.
in a safe place. We call that
Okay.
hold in a file, which we call a hold or file. They can be seeing it. Do you understand?
All right, sir.
Why you have to maintain that what the old member know they are the foundation of the what of the
Okay.
system. You
Okay.
have to
System.
maintain them. Why you maintain them and how can you maintain them? You have to like tell them okay in a due time when we see enough pH, we have to like let you have certain percentage of the whole marbles,
Hmm.
which we encourage them to come in to as in to talk more about the system, or as in talk more
Yes.
about the whole thing, the only thing, and then making more in a coming in. You don't just
Yeah.
neglect what their old marbles because they are the very, very important people.
Very.
For example, now
Yes.
let's say you are building a home, the foundation is the what? Is the
Is the
elementary and
bedrock. Is
it
the
is the bedrock. You understand? So you don't neglect their what?
yeah.
Their marbles, and you don't neglect them. And how do you maintain them? Is by what? Encouraging and giving them part of that. You can decide, okay, it has come and it has done this certain percentage of the whole marbles, then we wipe off. All got to
Okay.
know that. Or you just give it to them. Like what happened in uh, Indian.
Okay.
Indian, exactly. In Indian, you can say 10% of the marbles in the previous what was given to them.
Okay.
What that speed up or the rate of the pH and GH. And even at all, you can look at what happened in Nigeria, wherever you have your what you have the weekly, which you what we
Withdraw.
normalize,
Yes.
yeah, which you should normalize the rate of GH and the pH. It should balance the two up, balance up. Even like while looking at the 100% marbles, which was being introduced, if you have to talk about it mathematically, you will say that the 100% is not up to 100%.
Yeah.
We have to calculate that mathematically because when you say
Exactly.
because when we say 100%, you have to allow the marble to grow for
To go to for 1 month.
from now on before you can start GH. Now you GH for like another month.
Another month, yes.
Another month, that makes it what 50% and not 100%.
Yes.
So all those tactics can be used. You understand when it comes to what a start or what
It starts, yeah.
another word. So please, you have to work more on your tax 6 and your tax 7 in that way.
All right.
Because that's the base. Because once things are like that, that is when you can gain more trust in what?
Just
In yourself. That's when people can gain more trust in you. So you don't
yes.
play with that part very well. You have to handle that part very well. You understand? But
Okay.
I must commend it. You've really done a great job. So thank you guys for
Thank you
this
very much.
wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Great day ahead of you. Thank you. Sorry,
Thank you,
before
sir.
I go, I think I have just 5 people. Please
Yes,
note this, Agbola, Badmos, Chichembe, Joshua, and Julia. Those are the 5 people that are present, and I believe they are the 5 people that contributed to the success of this slide making. You understand?
sir.
Please take note of that 5 names.
Yes,
I
sir.
give Agbola number 1. You have to
Okay.
take your number now. Agbola number 1, Badmos 2,
Okay.
Chichembe 3, Joshua
Okay.
4, then Julius 5. Please take note of that.
5. Okay, sir.
And how you doing now, Chichembe? Hello, Chichembe, Zubeke.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How you doing now?
I'm getting better, sir.
All right, thank you for that. Okay, I'm sure you
Okay,
don't.
sir.
So please, your the 3 tasks which I talked about your feedback, your I don't know, make a video,
Yes,
your
sir.
ideology video.
Yes,
I
sir.
made a comment said you go and do the comment. I'm not the one to do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. Once you get it right,
Okay, sir.
and I approve it. So thank you so much, everyone,
Okay, sir.
and have a wonderful night race.
Yeah, thank you,
But
sir.
before then,
Okay.
please submit this thing to me, the slide to me. Once I see a new copy of it, then
Okay.
I'll go ahead in approving your tax.
All right,
Do you
sir.
understand?
I will do that as soon as possible, sir.
Okay, so and how you doing, Agbola?
Hi, sir.
I can see where you had trying. I can see where
Sir.
you had trying to make things right, right?
Network is fainting, sir, but I can hear you.
Man, I know, but I can see where you had trying to make things right. And please, in everything you do as a guy,
Hello, sir.
please, in everything you do as a guy, that you have to watch. Handle. You stop complaining about things. You
Yeah.
limit panic.
I can hear you,
Stop
sir.
complaining about things. We're still going to have a general meeting where I need to address all this. We're still going to have
All
a
right, sir.
general strike. We're going to use the GoToMeeting. Okay, so we still have
Okay,
a
sir.
general meeting where I need to talk about this and enlighten you more about this. Please don't leave the sky. There's still a lot we need to talk about. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.